Hello, people of the internet. It is I, Gerber890, back again with another video. So, we are now on part 2 of my Xbox One collection. So, starting us off, we got Cyberpunk 2077, which I have played a bit of, but I'm kind of waiting. We all know why. The people that I know that have played the game actually said it's pretty solid, but the bugs, the glitches, all that, I'm just kind of hoping for a big overhaul and the next generation patch. So yeah, anyways, pick this up day one for $51.47. All right, and then we got Inside and Limbo. So I thoroughly enjoyed Limbo, and so I definitely wanted to pick up Inside, and so I did. $21.34. Very cool atmospheric games, and I really like the puzzles, and the ending on both of them is just phenomenal. Okay, and then we got a Plaguetail Innocence, which I really can't recommend enough. Like, this is such an awesome game. A really cool story. I love the environment, also the time period. But I think the coolest part is just how every time that you gain a new ability, it doesn't completely change the game, but it does change the way that you approach puzzles and certain situations. And so it just keeps the game really fresh, and I'm super excited for the sequel. So this one I picked up for $32.90. All right, then we got Hellblade: Senuas Sacrifice, another phenomenal game that I was blown away with. Just really cool location. I love the Viking lore and also the combat. I thought the combat was awesome, and just a very unique game. So I grabbed this one originally on the PS4, actually digitally, because that's what it was released as. But then I picked this up physically for $16 even, because I had to have it physically, and I can't wait for the sequel. That's gonna be friggin' sweet. Okay, so Assassin's Creed Origins. Quick story. I bought the base game of this, had it shipped to me from Best Buy. But when it arrived at my doorstep, it was the gold edition. So the $100 one that included the season pass and all the DLC. Now, I could have just chalked that up as a win, but I like to be honest. And so I called up Best Buy and I told them the situation. And initially they're like, oh, okay, well, we can just transfer you to this other department and then you can pay the difference. And I was like, hey, no, 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 no. If you want to exchange it, that's fine. I understand I only paid for the base game, but I'm not, paying the difference. And so they're like, oh, well, you know what? You're a good customer. Just keep it. Don't worry about it. I was like, okay, I'm not going to fight you on that. So with a clean conscience, I was able to hang on to it. But I knew that I wasn't really going to get around to it anytime soon. So I actually sold that. And then with the extra money that I made, I bought the base game, and it ended up only costing me $2.60 in the end. So, yeah, all things worked out. And I picked up the DLC for this, down the road when the season pass was on sale. And man, yeah, this definitely got me back into the Assassin's Creed games. I thoroughly enjoyed the ones I had played before, but I just kind of gotten sidetracked. But once I finally played this one, I loved everything about it, like the location, the story, the lore, and Bayek is actually my favorite assassin. Um, but yeah, I actually beat this about a month before Odyssey came out, so it worked out nicely because I picked this up with my Xbox One X, and it took me too long to play it, but once I did, I was very impressed and super excited for Odyssey. So yeah, I grabbed Odyssey for $24.45 with a coupon. And yeah, this was just, Origins, but in a new location, a much, much bigger location. But I really liked the ship warfare, and, the story was cool, and the DLC was awesome. So yeah, anyways. Loved Odyssey, and I loved Valhalla. Picked this up day one with my Series X, and yeah, this is an awesome game. Um, just a new, unique story, cool time period for sure. I love the Vikings, like I said with Hellblade. And this one, what I really liked was that you could just go explore. You would find caves and tombs and all sorts of things that really had their own backstory that you could discover. And so it made it fun to kind of get off the beaten path and go explore. So I grabbed this one day one actually for $64.34. All right, then we got Rise of the Tomb Raider. This was actually an Xbox One exclusive for 1 year. I picked it up in that 1 year and thoroughly enjoyed it. I really like the kind of the reboot of the Tomb Raider series. Let's see. I grabbed Rise of the Tomb Raider, $42.53. And then I'm going to be picking up Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And yeah, I thought this one was awesome and had some really cool locations. And I really liked Lara's arc in this one. She was actually pretty cool. Grabbed this one for $51.04. All right, Red Dead Redemption 2. This was a great time because I remember when this came out, like everyone was super psyched for it because the first Red Dead Redemption was so good, and this did not disappoint. This was a phenomenal game, but also an incredible experience. The story, the location, just everything you could do. It was really fun, really cool to be a part of. I grabbed this for $40.40. All right, and then we got Wolfenstein The New Order and Wolfenstein The Old Blood. Phenomenal reboot of the Wolfenstein series. Really cool story, really engaging for sure, and just crazy to think about. But yeah, gameplay wise, awesome. Highly recommend it. Let's see. I grabbed this one for $9.02. And then, of course, I'm going to have Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, which was bigger and better in just about every way, and just a really unique, cool story. But I got this for $27.11 on Black Friday. And then I got Youngblood on Black Friday. I think it was the next year for $12.29. I haven't played this one through all the way. I did start it, and you can play it single player, but I've been told that it basically was designed, for the best experience to play co-op. So, I need to get on that. All right, Resident Evil 2. Basically a near perfect remake in my opinion. Because it draws obviously from the original, but just modernizes it. And yeah, I had a ton of fun with this and was super excited when they announced it. So this one I was able to grab $29.29. And then Resident Evil 3. I'm going to say something a little blasphemous. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis is a great game, but it is not one of my most favorite Resident Evil games, just because it plays, very differently when you have Nemesis just on your tail constantly. And that's the whole point of the game, and I get it. And so I wasn't quite sure what I was going to think of this one, but I picked it up anyways, and I'm glad I did. I thought they did a phenomenal job, and it was just such an incredible game. And I liked that the Nemesis encounters were, for the most part, kind of scripted, rather than he just shows up like all the time. But yeah, anyways, I grabbed this one for $51.47. And I had a lot of fun with that. All right, Resident Evil Village. Day one buy for me, of course, and phenomenal game. The location was awesome. The characters were really cool. And this one kept me on the edge of my seat for basically most of the game. Very intense, very creepy. But yeah, I grabbed this one for $42.89. Alright, then we got Dead Rising 3, an Xbox One launch game. And actually still looks really good graphically. I grabbed this in a pawn shop for $8.50. And then I picked up Dead Rising 4. Let's see. So I got this one for $29.77. And I had fun with Dead Rising 4. It was pretty sweet. Now, this is probably the rarest game in my collection because you got 30 hit games by Rare. So I'll just let that sink in a little bit. But yeah, anyways, this is a phenomenal deal even when it first came out. $30. And you got Banjo-Kazooie, Battletoads, Perfect Dark, Grabbed by the Ghoulies, all sorts of games. Conquer. So yeah, $31 at GameStop. Alright, then we got Cuphead, a game that I have a love-hate relationship with. I'm not usually a huge fan of these types of games, you know, the shoot-em-ups. And this one is tough as nails. But I picked it up because the art style is incredible, and I couldn't resist. And so this, unfortunately, is not a real physical edition. It came with a digital code, and then you got a cool cell print from the game. So yeah, anyways, this is one of those games that made me rage quite a bit. But when I did beat it, I can't deny it felt good, you know, and I'm very proud of it. Like, I put it on all my resumes. And, yeah, it really opens a lot of doors. Okay, but we got Forza Horizon 3, which, actually, when I bought my Xbox One S, GameStop was having a promotion that if you bought it brand new, then you got a free game up to $60. And so I picked this one because it came out that week. So, got it for free. Really cool open world driving game. Alright, then we got ReCore, which, you know, it's a little rough around the edges. But I had fun with it. And the cool thing, too, was that brand new, it was $40. But I was drawn to this game because there was a few people that were involved with the Metroid Prime series that helped make this game. So, anyways, it was a fun game, and I got it for $34.02. All right, Quantum Break, game by Remedy. So I was definitely drawn to that because I like Remedy / Alan Wake, and this was unique because you would play part of the game, and then you would actually watch basically a TV episode of the game, depending on what choices you made. And so there was two different timelines and ways you could go. And that was a cool concept. And also, like, the whole idea that you could freeze time and, like, manipulate it was also pretty sweet. So, anyways, Quantum Break, $51.04. Alright, and then I picked up Control. Why? Well, Remedy. But Control is a phenomenal game, actually. And I think it caught a lot of people by surprise just how good and unique it was. The story, I don't understand, I'll admit, most of it. But the gameplay was awesome. And it was one of those games where just, like, it got better and better and better. And, like, the more powers you unlocked, just the more fun you were having. But I grabbed this one on Black Friday, $26.69. Alright, then we got Rise, Son of Rome. This was also a launch title. And this was one of the big ones. You know, just because it's by Crytek, and so graphically it is a very beautiful game. And I liked the story and thought the combat was really cool. Recently replayed it, but I grabbed this for $10.75. Alright, Sunset Overdrive. This was actually the reason I bought an Xbox One. This was the game that, like, pushed it over the edge where I was like, okay, I really want to play Sunset Overdrive because it just looks crazy. Even just look at the cover. Like, I love the graphic style and the bright colors and just flying all over the town. And then, of course, you had Insomniac, which you don't really see on anything other than Sony usually. But yeah, so I grabbed this one for $26.78. Oh boy. Then we got Ori and the Blind Forest. I grabbed this one digitally, and it's just such a beautiful game. The art style, the music, the story, just everything about it was phenomenal. So I couldn't resist when they released a physical edition. I grabbed this off of Facebook Marketplace, actually, for $10. And the best part was it comes with the soundtrack as well. But yeah, I highly recommend that one. And so you know that if I love the first one, well, I'm going to be picking up the second one, of course, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and I could not resist this collector's edition. Just everything about it is beautiful, just like the game. I'll just show you real quick. Like, you got the steel book, and then you also got an art book that came with it as well. But yeah, this one definitely was a worthy successor, and I thoroughly enjoyed and completed it 100%. And never looked back. So anyways, I picked that one up for $37.35. Okay, now here is a game that I have a unique history with. We got BioShock the Collection. So in my 360 video, I talk about these games more in depth. Words really cannot express how incredible these games are to me. I love the entire series, but BioShock, the first one, is one of my favorite games of all time and just blew me away. And I think that they all still hold up to this day. And so anyways, when they announced that they were doing a remastered collection, I was super excited. And then I was even more excited when they announced, hey, we're going to be doing a, the 10th anniversary edition. And so I should have looked it up. But I want to say that originally this was $200. So it was pricey. So it obviously came with the games, but then it came with a statue of Big Daddy and a little sister. And I was in college, so I didn't have like a ton of funds, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. But then when I saw kind of the review copies getting out there as like for the statue, I was like, I don't know if I want to be spending $200. And so it was like a day or two before release. I went into GameStop. I was like, look, I'm sorry, I got to cancel my pre-order. And then that was that. Well, then about a year later, it was on clearance at GameStop. Now, usually when that happens, word gets out, hey, this awesome game or this cool edition is on clearance at GameStop. But it's all sold out online, so it's basically only if your GameStop has a physical copy in stock, which it rarely does, at least in my case. But for whatever reason, it was in stock at my local GameStop. And I don't know for sure, it was a long time, but since I canceled my pre-order so soon to launch, part of me wonders if it was possibly my pre-order copy that was just still sitting on the shelf, for that year or, however long it was. I don't know, but kind of would be cool if it was. But anyways, it was clearance down to $90. And so I decided, hey, I can do 90. And so I went and bought it. And then I was like, I don't know if I want to open it because it was going for quite a bit of money. And it's still going for quite a bit of money. But I was like, you know what? This is one of my favorite game series of all time. I'm going to keep it. So I opened it up. And I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised with how incredible the statue is. Detail-wise, pretty solid. So you got the Big Daddy, you got the floor, you got Rapture in the background. And yeah, you put some batteries in there, and then the lights will come on, and then the drill will spin, and then they have a few sound clips that they'll say. But yeah, overall, pretty sweet, and I was glad that in the end I eventually got it. And yeah, that's that. So yeah, BioShock. If you haven't played it, play it. Okay, now we got Gears of War Ultimate Edition. So actually, this is a remaster of the first one. And it wasn't just, let's up the resolution and the frame rate. No, they actually went in and reworked a few parts and tweaked a few cutscenes. And overall, it was actually pretty cool what they did. But this one I grabbed for $13 in a pawn shop. And then we got Gears of War 4. And then this one was definitely a great game. The thing I liked most was that the world seemed a lot more alive. You actually had like wind and trees moving and stuff like that. And then you had like the crazy weather effects and the storms that would come and go. But yeah, the story was cool and interesting. So yeah, I grabbed this one for $40.40. Alright, then we got Gears 5, which I wasn't sure what to make of this game, like what direction they were going to go with it story-wise. But I was pleasantly surprised, and I think it was pretty solid. So actually, I got Game Pass for the month that it came out, because I was like, well, I could either buy this for, $60, or I could pay $15 and play it. And a bunch of other games. So that's what I did, and waited until this went on sale on Black Friday for $5. So yeah, it ended up working out pretty good. Okay, then we got Halo, the Master Chief Collection. A staple for the Xbox, of course. Got all the Master Chief Halo games. So this came with my original Xbox, so I got it digitally. Alright, and then last but not least, Halo 5 Guardians. You know that I gotta get Halo 5 Guardians. I actually got this one for free because I had a gift card and a coupon. But yeah, I enjoyed this game. I thought it was pretty cool, the things they added into it, and the story was definitely unique. So yeah, now we just gotta wait patiently for Halo Infinite that will launch hopefully this December. But yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for the Xbox One, a phenomenal console with incredible games, and the journey's not over yet, people. But yeah, anyways, so Xbox One, tell me, what are some of your favorite games or favorite experiences or awesome pickups? But yeah, thanks for sticking around, and as always, have a good one.